All right, so welcome back to episode 2 of making the one-piece mini-tubbed inner wheel well here. So just a quick recap on episode 1 in case you haven't seen it. We've laid everything out. We've done our first set of shrinks all the way up to the start of our radius line. And that's about where we are here, just with one set of shrinks across the panel. If you're curious more about the layout and kind of the process to get here and you haven't watched episode 1, please do so. That way I'm not spending a bunch of time recapping on this episode. So from here, what we need to do is to continue to shrink. And in episode 1, I mentioned that you're going to need a lot more shrink more out here towards the edge than you do here. So on my next round of shrinks, I'm going to come in to the center line of our radius here. That way it starts to pull everything around. But as I do that, the edge is going to get a lot looser just because I'm shrinking here and there's not as much here. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to tighten up the edge as I go. So as I film this, I'm going to speed up the shrinking process because it's not all that exciting. And it's just going to be me on the power hammer. So I'm going to speed it up a little bit just to save time. But you'll see that I'm coming in and I'm shrinking to this line, and then I'll come back and I'll kind of tighten up this edge a little bit. That way I'm not getting huge wrinkles or ripples here at the edge. I kind of keep that under control as we're working the panel. So I'm going to get everything set up over at the power hammer, and we will get ready to continue on shrinking. Again, we'll do to the center line of our radius, one full set across, then I'll step back, and we will do another set to the end of our radius, and that'll give us the radius bend, and then the rest will all be tightening up to the stop of our radius point. So let me get the hammer set up, and we'll get to work. All right, so we're all set up, and got my PPE back on, and we're just going to get to it and start shrinking. So just watch the panel as it starts to pull around. We'll do the next set, and we'll go back over to the bench and kind of show you how the panel is reacting. All right, so after our second set of shrinks, you can see how kind of wrinkly the edge is, and that's what I talked about, needing more shrink here. So I'm just going to come back and tighten the edge a little bit and get that to kind of start to cooperate. All right, so we just finished up our second set of shrinks here to the center line of our radius. Shrank all the way in to that point, all the way around, focusing on hitting that point, like I mentioned in video 1 when we did our initial shrinks up to the start of our radius. And then I came back in, as I mentioned, while I was at the hammer and threw some shrinks in here at the bottom just to tighten that edge up. You could see how it was getting really wavy and had some gnarly peaks at the end. So I just kind of tuned that up You can see there's like some lumps and bumps, and don't worry about that at this point, because as we come through on our third set of shrinks, we're just going to hammer right through those and shrink, and as we come back out, it'll draw it all together, tighten everything up, and make it consistent. And then we're going to have to come back and tighten the edge up some more, because again, the amount of shrink we need here is a lot less than the amount of shrink we need here. So it's going to be a continuous process of shrinking into the point we want, tightening the edge, and then repeating. So I'll come in and we'll do our third set of shrinks, and then we'll be ready just to focus on drawing this edge over to a 90, because the radius is going to be set. And you can also see that I mentioned in video 1 that the form was kind of drawn up just due to that we only had a set amount of shrinks in there. So you can see how much better the form is looking now that we're starting to get our shrinks put in place where we need them. So as we keep going, the form is going to continue to get corrected as everything pulls around. So I'm going to head back over to the hammer, and we're going to continue shrinking our panel. All right, so there we have set 3 shrinks up to the end of our radius here. And from this point moving forward, we're going to shrink to this line and out constantly. We're not going to come back into the radius at all. That's already defined how I want it. So now we just have to pull from this end of our radius outward to pull this over the rest of the way. So the oil is kind of rubbing off my line a little bit. I can still see it, but it's getting really faint. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wipe some of the oil off, relay out this line, and then I'm going to turn the hammer up a little bit too. We're getting a little bit of a tooling mark from where the steel's getting a little bit harder. So I'll turn the stroke up on the hammer so it starts hitting a little bit harder, and we can make sure to get these shrink marks out as we continue to shrink over. We might have about 4 more passes, maybe 5, to pull this over the rest of the way. And one thing that's going to get more difficult on a panel like this, since we're pulling to a 90, it's harder to hold it up against my chest because it's a different shape now. You know, before it was flat, and now we're approaching a 90, so it's going to get harder to hold. And you kind of have to take that into consideration, is how are you going to hold your panel so it's not flopping all over the place, getting loose, you know, hurting you or damaging the panel. So always take into consideration the best way to hold a panel while you're shaping it. So let me get this line relayed out and we'll go from there. So I'm going to turn the stroke up a little bit. We're a little over 3.5, so I'll go up to about 4.5 approximately. And then I can feather the pedal the rest of the way. If I don't need it to hit quite as hard, I can tune that on the pedal as we shape. So I'll grab the panel and we'll get back to shrinking that over from our radius to the edge of the piece. All right, so all of our initial shrink work is done. You can see that it comes over and it's got a couple steps and it pulls over to roughly a 90. There's some lumps and bumps in here, but that's all gonna come out in the blending and planishing phase. So next up, what I need to do is switch the power hammer over with planishing dies. So I'm gonna use a 36-inch lower radius on the bottom, and then on the top, I'm going to use a flat, just a standard flat top tool. So then I'll come in and I can blend all of this flat area out up to the radius, and then I can switch over to the air planisher just to kind of dial in the radius itself, and I can come over and I can kind of tighten this edge up as well. So that's the next stage, is switch the power hammer back over to just standard planishing or radial stretch tooling to blend everything out. Also, while it's sitting here on the table, I'm going to go ahead and clean up and then relay out my lines. That way it's easier as I can planish up to those points. So I'll get it cleaned up and the lines put back on. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna change the tooling out. So I'm gonna drop our lower tool post down, pop the lower thumbnail out, make sure we got our 36 radius on the back, or on the bottom, and then there's this little hole and there's a little pin. So I'm gonna make sure they're lined up, and we'll repeat the process on the top. Raise the tool post back up, check our tooling gap. Everything still looks all right there. So the machine's set up and ready to roll. All right, so we're gonna start blending this out, and I'm gonna have it in the machine like this, and I'm gonna run the edge of the die up to our blue line here. It's gonna make it a little bit sharper than what we want at this point, but we can blend that out later, and that'll give us that nice defined edge, kind of where I was talking about there's a little bit of wiggle room. So we can blend up to that line, working my way in and out to smooth all of this. So I've rough blended out this, the top face here. There's a little bit of a tooling mark in a couple spots, and I might need to come in and shrink a little bit more over here. But I'm going to continue to planish it and just see how things come out. Get a better baseline, that way I'm not dealing with any of these knots or unblended areas that could be holding something up. So I'm going to switch over to the air planisher, and I'm going to planish up to our line here with a 36 lower and a flat upper, and I'll do the same thing here, and then I'll come back in with a 7/8 radius lower, and I'll kind of start blending that up, get everything kind of pulled out, and then we can see where we stand from there and readdress anything that needs to be modified. So I've been focusing right here in this area just to kind of show you how it's going to improve. Like I just rough planished over this to knock up any of the low spots. But you can see that everything's kind of tuning up really nice. And I have our flat here, and I'm bringing this radius up. So the last thing I'm going to do once everything is planished to this point, then I'll come in and I'll just lower our air pressure down, and this will probably be in the next video, but then I'll just kind of finish up and clean that radius all the way across. So right now I'm focusing on this flat, and a little bit of radius here, kind of getting our light lines to start flowing, any high spots and low spots worked out, and just everything blended really nice. At this point, I think we're at about another 20 to 25 minute video, give or take. So I'm gonna wrap this episode up, and on the next episode, we will continue to planish everything out, get everything fine-tuned, cleaned up, and we should be able to wrap this piece up in the next episode, and then we'll have a left and a right pair. So if you have any questions about what you saw in this video, comments or suggestions, hit me up in the comments section below. I really do appreciate you guys watching, and especially with the feedback I've gotten on episode 1 of these wheel wells. You know, it's great, and I super appreciate everybody watching it and commenting. I really want to start bringing you better and better content, so all the feedback you guys give me in the comment section lets me know if I'm doing better, worse, or if you just don't care. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned, and we'll catch you on the next one.